Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend, and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about what you need to know for the next 24 hours. It's probably an important update because next week we have some important data coming out as well. In general, right now, the market is moved by news and by headlines a lot, so we need to be prepared for that. But just in general, to start off with the analysis, I mean, the volume this weekend has been extremely low. I mean, every weekend the volume is low, of course. It's the weekend, but the volume this weekend has been like, even compared to the last couple of weekends, like in the middle of February, it was worse. But it's still very low, and usually what you see, I mean, you can see that right here as well, like in the weekends here, and afterwards, and in the weekend right here. Very often, you get a lot of volatility going into the next week, right? So kind of like right now, it's the morning on Sunday. Usually at the end of Sunday into Monday, you get a lot of volatility. Excuse me. What we've seen so far, like at the at the start of February, we had a bit of a bullish start. The other two times, it was very, very bearish, right? I mean, we had right here, the market opened, we dropped down, and then we did recover. So that wasn't too bad in the middle of February, but obviously right here, at the end of February, we started that massive crash. So just in general, what you should expect is volatility, and most of the volatility so far in the last couple of weeks has been bearish. So I would be prepared for that, and that's also in general what I still expect. But if you watched my video yesterday, you would have been prepared for that as well. You can see the volume right now for Bitcoin has dropped down to $14.4 billion. So liquidity is also lower. So we'll see that, like especially on the lower time frames, we'll see that volatility. So that is something you 100% need to be prepared for. And at this point of time, most of the market is also very correlated to Bitcoin. So know that as well, all right? Coins will move together with Bitcoin. And then, well, talking about next week, there's fundamentally two things I think you need to know. First of all, next week, Wednesday, we have CPI and inflation rate data. That matters a lot. Monday and Tuesday, we don't really have anything. Tuesday, we have JOLTS job openings. Could be important, but more often than not, it's not. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims and PPI. And then Friday, we have only the consumer sentiment index from Michigan. So that's it, all right? So, but especially Wednesday is very important, and we'll still talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. But we could see some de-risking going on before that. So that's another reason why we could experience some bearish pressure initially. But just in general, taking a look at we'll get to that a bit later. I'm working out the planning of the video while I make this. But no, purely technically, I've said this before, but I think Bitcoin right now is getting into some sort of a consolidation right here. We hit the top of the consolidation. We got a drop below the POC right here. So just technically as well, outside of what I see from the fundamentals, I'd say it's most likely will drop down into the support level between 84 and 82,000. And then potentially, but that is something I will keep you updated on, potentially we could also spike down lower if we are actually going to de-risk ahead of Wednesday, but that's too early to say for now. For now, I would say that we will be able to hold this support as well, and that's for multiple reasons. Because what's obviously going to be very, very, very important, and what also has been one of the main movers of the market in the last 2 weeks, is the opening of the stock market. Now, the stock market has found a very, very strong support here, so I would say this can actually that we can actually expect a bounce from here. And then outside of that, the USDT dominance is also still at strong resistance level, which very often we actually see a key resistance level being tested for quite a long time, right? So I expect that to be respected as well, and therefore I think that short term we can have that volatility, and I do think that short term the main volatility will be downwards into demand, but therefore I also do expect that the support will hold, all right, because of those two fundamentals we just spoke about, and therefore I do think we can expect this later on as well. But that's it. That's my analysis for now. I'll keep you updated on that. For now, have a great Sunday. Take care and bye.